हाय बच्चों, कैसी है जनता? क्या हालचाल है? होप ऑल यू गाइस आर हैविंग फन एंड एंजॉयिंग दीज सेशंस. ओके, सो शुरू करें अपनी पार्टी. लेट्स गो गाइस. So for the first timers, I am Gaurang Sir. I'm the master teacher of physics at Vedantu, and I did my graduation from IIT Roorkee in 2009, and I've been teaching since then. And in the past, I have mentored more than 12,000 students, including top 10 AIRs like 2 and 3 in IIT and medical entrances. ठीक है, तो अब शुरू करते हैं पार्टी. Now guys, as you know, this is our fifth session of vectors. So those of you जिन्होंने पुराने sessions attend नहीं करे हैं, पहले जाकर देख लो यार. डायरेक्ट फिफ्थ सेशन से देखोगे क्लियर नहीं होंगी चीजें. ठीक है, so if you have missed any of the past sessions, go through the recording, play that first, and then come back to this session. So before starting this session, let's have a quick recap. Yep. What did we study in the last session? First of all, if you remember, we focused mainly on unit vectors. Okay, unit vectors, if you remember, were vectors having magnitude 1 unit. Now guys, 1 unit does not mean 1 Newton, 1 meter per second. It is not a physical unit. In simple words, you can say magnitude is simply 1 and having some direction. In other words, unit vectors, if you remember, are vectors which represents only direction. North, west, south, east. These are unit vectors. They do not specify any magnitude. They don't have magnitude at all. Okay. And in unit vectors, we described 3 major unit vectors that we learned. I cap, j cap, k cap. Unit vectors along x-axis, y-axis and z-axis. This was first of the topic. Second very important topic that we learned was resolving of vectors. Okay, now resolving a vector, what does we mean by resolving? Resolving simply means breaking a vector into components, okay, such that on adding those components we get the original vector back. Very simple definition. Now regarding resolving, especially in a plane, in exams, most questions that you will have will all know plane. While resolving a vector in a plane, if you remember, I gave 2 very important steps. First step was mutually perpendicular components. And what was the second step? जिसके साथ एंगल उसके साथ cos, दूसरा वाला sin. Remember guys? Okay, resolving a vector. The component with which the vector is making angle cos with that component, other component will be sine. याद रहेगा सभी को? याद आया सभी को? चलो. Now is resolving a vector पढ़ तो लिया हमने, but the most important thing क्यों पढ़ा? What's the use of studying this resolving a vector? Guys, it makes questions very easy. कैसे? Let's have a simple example. Let me quickly draw a diagram. Okay, let's say these are our coordinate axes and we have a few vectors drawn. Okay, I'll draw them right here itself. A vector, B vector, suppose this is C vector, let's say this is D vector. You can add many more if you want. Okay. Now, suppose these angles are also given, theta 1, let this be theta 2, C का जरूरत नहीं है, 40 is theta 4, suppose. and you have been asked find magnitude. Okay, just a second. R vector is defined as A vector plus B vector plus C vector plus D vector, and you have been asked find mod R. Now if you remember, for magnitude part we only have parallelogram law, and one particular limitation of parallelogram law is it can be used to find resultant of two vectors only. Triangle law, polygon law तो बेचारे यूज कर ही नहीं सकते हम, they only give the graphical result. Magnitude निकालना है parallelogram law, but parallelogram law can be used only for two vectors. Let's say you anyway proceed with this question in that manner. First you find resultant of A and B. Let's call that R1 vector. You will have to use under root A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta, whatever be the angle between them. Also you will have to find the resultant of direction of resultant of A and B. Then that R1 vector and C vector will again add. So again parallelogram law, you will get R2 vector as resultant, and you will use the angle formula to find direction of that R2 vector. Then you will use parallelogram law once more for the resultant of R2 and D. Point clear हो रहा है सभी को? Means चार vectors को add करने के लिए you had to use parallelogram law formula 3 times. And just imagine if you were given 10 vectors to add, what will happen? I am sure exam में एक question भी पूरे से नहीं हो पाएगा, right? That's the problem of using parallelogram law. If more than 2 vectors are there, the question becomes very complicated, and here where we use resolving a vector. Very simple. Now you can resolve each and every vector ax, ay, b if you resolve bx, by, no need to resolve c, and d if you resolve dx and dy. Now guys, forget the original vectors. What we are concerned with are these components only, because original vectors तो खत्म हो गए. Now guys, remember, अगर vector same direction या opposite direction में है, then you can simply add or subtract them. So as per this diagram, if you see, in x direction, ax and dx will simply add, bx will simply be subtracted. So if we call resultant as r, rx will be ax plus dx minus bx. Any doubts? चमक रहा है सभी को? Because सारे x एक्सिस पर है, सीधे ऐड सब्ट्रैक्ट कर सकते हैं. वेक्टर्स की प्रॉब्लम क्या होती थी? अलग अलग एंगल्स पे होते थे तो ऐड नहीं कर पाते थे. अब तो सेम डायरेक्शन. Similarly, ry can be written as ay plus by minus c minus dy. And once you find rx and ry, the final r vector, what will you write as? Let me write it here. Rx I cap plus ry g. और इसके बाद अगर r का मैग्नीट्यूड भी निकालना हुआ, वेरी इजीली यू कैन सॉल्व इट. रूट ओवर rx स्क्वायर प्लस ry स्क्वायर. गाइस थोड़ी सी खिचड़ी हो गई, बट आई एम श्योर यू अंडरस्टैंड. वन इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग, अगर 4 की जगह 10 वेक्टर्स भी होते, व्हाट्स द मेथड? सेम अप्रोच, सबको रिजॉल्व कर दो. x एक्सिस वाले डायरेक्टली ऐड सब्ट्रैक्ट, y एक्सिस वाले डायरेक्टली ऐड सब्ट्रैक्ट, फाइनल आंसर तो इसी फॉर्म का है। चमका गाइस, इज इट क्लियर? एनी कंफ्यूजन? लेट्स स्टार्ट अ क्वेश्चन देन। चलो एक क्वेश्चन प्रैक्टिस करते हैं, अपने आप क्लियर होगा, एंड आफ्टर दैट वी विल प्रोसीड विद द नेक्स्ट टॉपिक। ओके, लेट मी just very quickly draw the diagram once more. Okay, this is y, this is x. Let's say we are taking vector quantity is Newton force. Okay guys, these are the four vectors and you have been asked to find resultant. Okay, you have to find the resultant. R vector equals to A vector plus B vector plus C vector plus D vector. Find the resultant vector and its magnitude. Come on guys, quickly. Let's see whether you can solve before me or not. Race ho jaye. Okay, I am starting to solve. Let's see whether you can beat me or not. A vector is along x-axis, so A तो same ही रहेगा, simply 6 I cap. B if you resolve, mutually perpendicular components, जिसके साथ एंगल उसके साथ cos, other component will be sine. Cos 37, sine 37. Guys, how many of you remember the value? Come on, quickly. These guys, 37 and 53 are the most important formulas in physics. Okay, most important angles. Maximum time in 11th and 12th, you will see 37 and 53. So अगर याद नहीं है तो रट लो values. Cos 37 is 4 by 5. So this will be 12 newtons, 15 into 4 by 5, and this will be sine 37 is 3 by 5, 9 newtons. So B vector can be written as minus 9 I cap plus 12 J cap. Got it? Then C vector. Again, resolve करते हैं. जिसके साथ पहले तो म्यूचुअली परपेंडिकुलर कंपोनेंट्स, दीज आर द टू म्यूचुअली परपेंडिकुलर कंपोनेंट्स, जिसके साथ एंगल उसके साथ cos. Cos 53 is 3 by 5, so this will be 3 newtons. Sin 53 is 4 by 5, so this will be 4 newtons. C vector can be written as minus 4 I cap minus 3 J cap. All are in newtons. Okay? And finally D vector, I am sure you should be able to do that. 2 newtons and 2 newtons. So D vector will be written as 2 I cap minus 2 J cap. Guys, एक बार रिजॉल्व कर लिया उसके बाद बहुत चंपू क्वेश्चन है. व्हाट विल बी आर वेक्टर? क्विकली, एक्स एक्सिस वाले डील सेपरेटली. व्हाट इज द आंसर? 6 minus 5 I cap. ये आएगा 13 minus 8 क्या. एंड इन j cap 12 minus 5, that is 7 j cap. If someone asks you what is the magnitude of r, बहुत easily mod r simply equals to 25 plus 49. Answer will be 4 root 74 newtons. Let's say you want to represent this vector, that you can do very easily, the final vector, even if you want to draw. Final r vector, see, r vector was coming out to be minus 5 I cap plus 7 j cap newtons. So 5 units negative x-axis, 7 units positive y-axis, and their resultant would be something like this. Chamak raha hai, guys? Okay, this angle, if you want to find, how can you find it? Guys, very easy. Tan theta would simply be equals to 7 by 5. I hope it is clear to everyone. Importance of vector. Guys, if you want to do for practice, take 10 vectors of your choice. Find the resultant. Secondly, suppose second part of the question was given as find a plus b minus c minus d vector. Let's call this S vector. If you were using parallelogram law, वापस से सारे calculations करो. In vector form or in the components form, simply multiply c and d by minus sign and again add them. Piece of cake. अरे guys, clear हो रहा है सभी को? चमक रहा है? चलो, very good. So I'm sure importance of resolving a vector sabhi ko clear hai. Guys, I have purposely spent so much time on this because this part is very important for physics. ठीक है, vectors को resolve करना, right from the first chapter kinematics you will see, यार vectors तो बहुत ज़्यादा काम में आ रहा है, especially this resolving part. ठीक है, चलो guys आगे बढ़ते हैं. So we are clear with vectors, addition of vectors, subtraction of vectors. Now obviously what will be the third and fourth step? Multiplication of vector and division of vectors. So guys, there's a good news for you. Vectors में division नहीं होता है. We do not divide vectors with one another. So you must be thinking, चलो एक part तो कम हुआ. But guys, there's a bad news also. The bad news is that while multiplying vectors, there are two ways. So division वाला part कम हुआ, लेकिन multiplying के दो तरीके आ गए. ठीक है, तो पढ़ना तो उतना ही पड़ेगा. Now, in vector multiplication, there are two types. Okay, one is scalar multiplication, also called as dot product. Other is vector multiplication, also known as cross product. Okay, so guys, first we will be dealing with dot product. So let's proceed, guys. Now let's, okay, let me correct it here. It's not Q, it's theta. Let's say P and Q are two vectors with angle theta between them. Then P dot Q, this is the notation of writing a dot product. P dot Q means we are doing dot product or scalar product. The numerical value, the result for that is P Q cos theta. Okay, where theta is the angle between the two vectors. Guys, सीधा formula है, याद रखना है. Okay, point clear सभी को? Now, what is the practical meaning of this? That is very important, that I'll explain. Practical meaning of dot product is component of any one of the vector in the direction of other vector into that other vector. ठीक है, क्लियर हुआ गाइस? नहीं, चलो I'll explain that. Let's say this is P vector and suppose this is the Q vector, angle theta between them. Forget about dot product, cross product, everything. Let's say I am simply talking about resolving this vector. Guys, while resolving the vectors, we talked about two steps. Mutually perpendicular components. Guys, mutually perpendicular component we did talk. But never I said that those components should be along x and y only. The only condition was that the two components should be perpendicular to each other. So now what we are doing, we are taking one component of P along Q. So obviously the other component would be perpendicular to the Q. Guys, we are following the first step, okay? Don't think sir P to pura x ke along hai, how can we resolve that? Because we never said that we should resolve along x or y only. We only said दो components जो हैं should be mutually perpendicular. So mutually perpendicular components हो गए. Second step, जिसके साथ angle उसके साथ cos, other component will be sine. Alright? And guys, here we get the definition of dot product. Dot product की definition, what did I say just now? Component of one vector in the direction of other vector. If you want to find P dot Q, component of one vector, P vector, in the direction of Q vector, which is P cos theta, into this other vector. So P cos theta into Q, that is simply equals to PQ cos theta, the formula below. Okay guys, now interesting assignment for you. If you want to say, sir, why are we resolving QP? Why can't we resolve Q? That's a homework for you. Try to find P dot Q by resolving Q vector. Okay, and tell me the value in comments. Will there be a change or not? Okay, let's say P is very close to you. Okay, you do not want to split P, you want to split Q. So resolve Q and again find the value of P dot Q. Because in vector scalar multiplication, we simply said component of one vector. That one vector can be anything. So resolve Q and let me know. Okay? So guys, the component part we are talking, a very simple way of finding component or identifying component is just shine a light from here. Let's say we are resolving Q. Okay, so resolving Q in the direction of P. So perpendicular to the P, just imagine light is falling on this Q vector. The shadow of this Q vector will be something like this. It will be Q cos theta. So again, the final vector, everywhere it's Q. Okay, final vector will be still P into Q cos theta. Okay, shadow wala part clear ho raha hai? Shadow is simply the component here. Component of Q in the direction of P. Got it guys? Chamka everyone? Chalo. Let's say that we were discussing, we wanted to resolve P. So if you shine light on P, incident a beam of light on P perpendicular to the Q. Again, you will get component of P in the direction of Q. The value of that will be equals to P cos theta. And the dot product Q dot P, if you call it, will be same PQ cos theta. So whether we talk of P dot Q or we talk of Q dot P, it is one and the same thing. पॉइंट क्लियर हो रहा है सभी को? चमका गाइस? क्लियर विथ एवरीवन? आगे बढ़े? डाउट्स यू हैव, फील फ्री टू कमेंट, नो इश्यूज देयर. ठीक है. एग्जाम्पल. नाउ अगेन सबसे बेसिक क्वेश्चन. सर इतना सारा वेक्टर्स पढ़ रहे हैं, डॉट प्रोडक्ट पढ़ लिया, यूज क्या आएगा? गाइस इसका यूज ऑलरेडी यू हैव डन इट वंस. वेयर? इफ यू रिमेंबर इन 9th class there was a formula of work, force into displacement. Okay. लेकिन actually this is just a subset of the formula, special case of the actual formula. Force dot displacement is not the accurate formula. The actual formula is force into displacement into cos theta, because we take component of displacement along force or component of force along displacement. Means किसी ना किसी एक को, फोर्स या डिस्प्लेसमेंट में से एक को we do resolve. So guys, now you understand the actual formula for work done is F dot S. Okay, so work is actually defined as scalar product of force and displacement. It is not simply force into displacement. चमक रहा है guys, everyone? क्लियर हो रहा है सभी को? चलो एक और एग्जांपल लेते हैं. ओके, बिफोर द एग्जांपल लेट्स हैव सम प्रॉपर्टीज. बहुत सिंपल प्रॉपर्टीज है गाइस, सबको समझ जाएगा. नाम से ही क्लियर हो रहा है, डॉट प्रोडक्ट इज ऑल्सो कॉल्ड स्केलर प्रोडक्ट, सो द रिजल्टेंट इज अ स्केलर क्वांटिटी. इट डज नॉट हैव अ डायरेक्शन. सेकेंड, when we do dot product of a vector by itself, we simply get square of the magnitude. Why? सीधा सीधा फॉर्मूला यार. a dot a सेम ही वेक्टर है, दोनों के बीच में एंगल क्या रहेगा? 0. cos 0 is 1. The resultant you are getting is a square or mod a square. आ रहा है? चमक रहा है गाइस, एवरीवन? चलो नेक्स्ट इंपॉर्टेंट प्रॉपर्टी. A dot B equals to AB cos theta. So on the basis of this, you can write cos theta equals to A dot B upon mod A and mod B. So you can say, if this is positive, cos theta positive है, that means the angle is acute. मीन्स अब नाउ सी, मॉड ए मॉड बी तो हमेशा ही पॉजिटिव रहेंगे. सो द साइन फाइनली कम्स ऑन ए डॉट बी. सो इफ ए डॉट बी इज पॉजिटिव, एंगल इज एक्यूट. ए डॉट बी इज नेगेटिव, एंगल इज ऑब्ट्यूज. एंड इफ ए डॉट बी इज 0, एंगल इज 90 डिग्री. दैट मीन्स द टू वेक्टर्स वर परपेंडिकुलर टू ईच अदर. आ रहा है गाइस? क्लियर हो रहा है सभी को? एनी कंफ्यूजन? आगे बढ़े? चलो, वेरी गुड. ओके, सो नेक्स्ट प्रॉपर्टी, ये तो हमने पढ़ लिया. ओके, जस्ट द डायग्राम पार्ट वाज लेफ्ट. परपेंडिकुलर है, ए डॉट बी विल बी 0. एक्यूट है, ए डॉट बी विल बी पॉजिटिव. ऑब्ट्यूज है, ए डॉट बी विल बी नेगेटिव. नो डाउट्स हियर. Guys, this is a very interesting thing. अभी तक तो हमने देखा if two vectors, okay, very simple example. A vector's magnitude is 2 newtons. Okay, let's forget the Newton part right now. 60 degree पर there is a B vector having magnitude 3 Newton, 3. Value of A dot B, बहुत easily you can solve it. सीधा सीधा फॉर्मूला है, mod A into mod B into cos 60. The resultant would be 3, no doubts. Means अगर दो vectors डायग्राम फॉर्म में बना के दे दिए, you can very easily find the dot product. But what if the vectors are given in the form of components? axi cap plus ayj cap plus azk cap, bxi cap plus byj cap plus bzk cap. Now 3 dimension में है, you cannot very easily visualize the two vectors. थोड़ी तो प्रॉब्लम आएगी 3 dimension में visualization में. Apart from that magnitude, although you can find, but if I ask you the angle between these two vector in diagram form, बहुत मुश्किल होगा. You can try doing yourself. एक वेक्टर और दूसरा वेक्टर 3 डायमेंशन में है, you cannot directly guess the angle between them, but you have to find dot product. The answer is very simple. First I'll tell you the answer, then I'll tell you the derivation as well. Simply multiply components of the same direction. ax into bx. Okay guys, there will be no I cap. This is wrong actually. थोड़ी सी गड़बड़ हो गई, sorry. The final answer would be simply ax into bx plus ay into by plus az into bz. ठीक है, सेम डायरेक्शन वाले मल्टीप्लाई करो, आपस में ऐड कर लो, दैट इज द फाइनल आंसर. इफ यू वांट टू सी सर हम कैसे मान ले, व्हाट वेयर इज द प्रूफ, चलो प्रूफ भी है, डोंट वरी. We are taking dot product. There are 3 terms here and 3 terms here. So it is clear that we'll do, when we'll multiply them, total we'll get 9 terms. कोई confusion नहीं है. I का तीनों के साथ dot product लो. Sorry, मतलब A वाले का इस I के साथ dot product. I dot I, J dot I, K dot I. Guys, just focus. I dot I is in same direction. तो इसका रिजल्टेंट तो ax into bx आ जाएगा. सेम डायरेक्शन, cos द एंगल इज 0, cos 0 is 1. J and I perpendicular, this term will be 0. K dot I again perpendicular, this term will be 0. Similarly, if you multiply the entire A vector dot product with byj cap, I dot j 0, j dot j 1 and k dot j again 0. Similarly for z, I dot k 0, j dot k 0, this term will be 1. So finally I'll just highlight the terms जो कि अपने बच रहे हैं. Which all terms are remaining? ax bx, ay by and az bz. तो फाइनल आंसर क्या आ रहा है? ax bx plus ay by plus az bz. That's what I was telling you. क्लियर हो रहा है गाइस? चमका एवरीवन? ठीक है. सो इफ कंपोनेंट्स फॉर्म में दिए हैं, वेक्टर डॉट प्रोडक्ट इज वेरी इजी. सेम डायरेक्शन के मल्टीप्लाई करके ऐड करते जाओ, दैट्स इट. परपेंडिकुलर कंपोनेंट्स, डॉट प्रोडक्ट विल बी 0. चलो गाइस, आई होप सबको क्लियर होता जा रहा है. लेट्स स्टडी फ्यू एप्लीकेशंस और फिर अपन क्वेश्चंस करेंगे. ठीक है. एप्लीकेशंस ऑफ डॉट प्रोडक्ट बहुत इजी है एक्चुअली. पहला, इफ डॉट प्रोडक्ट इज 0, यू कैन से A इज परपेंडिकुलर टू B. बहुत ऑब्वियस सी बात है, अभी पढ़ा अपन ने. Guys, second important application, this is very important, to find angle between the two vectors. Let's say I give you two vectors in components form, 1 I cap plus 2 j cap plus 3 k cap minus 1 I cap plus 2 j cap minus 3 k cap. Obviously this will be somewhere in 3D. And if I ask you what is the angle between them, guys, by visualization you cannot find, क्योंकि 3D में वैसे ही प्रॉब्लम होती है. And दो वेक्टर्स, उनके बीच का एंगल very difficult. We have a very simple method. A dot B equals to AB cos theta. So cos theta would simply be equals to A dot B upon mod A into mod B. Got it? ठीक है. A dot B we can very easily find out. अभी अभी हमने पढ़ा है. Mod A mod B तो 2 लेक्चर से पढ़ ही रहे हैं. So you can easily find the angle between the two vectors. Clear everyone? Next. अब आ जाते हैं क्वेश्चंस पे. डॉट प्रोडक्ट की एप्लीकेशंस छोटी सी है, कम है, बट सिंपल सा है पार्ट है. ठीक है, चलो. If A dot B equals to AB, find angle between A vector and B vector. चलो गाइस, कैसे होगा? बहुत इजी. आई एम श्योर कमेंट्स में आंसर्स आना शुरू हो गए हैं. लेट्स सी. Dot product formula AB cos theta, but it is equal to AB. That means cos theta is 1, the angle is 0 degree. छोड़ दिया होगा गाइस, बहुत चंपू क्वेश्चन है. Next question. Magnitude of A is given, magnitude of B is given, angle between them is given, find A dot B. यार इससे easy question तो नहीं मिलेगा. चलो solve हो भी गया है, I am sure. What will be the answer? Very good. 3 units. A, B, cos theta. Clear guys? एक और क्वेश्चन. डोंट वरी, अभी 2-3 क्वेश्चन हैं अपने पास और. नेक्स्ट. A vector is given, but there is a variable here, and B vector is given. Find A dot B if B equals to 2. So basically A vector is 2i cap plus 2j cap plus 3k cap. B vector is 4i cap plus 3j cap plus 6k cap. And you have been asked to find A dot B. Guys, चलो आंसर तो आ गया होगा अब तक. What was the technique? Same direction, multiply करते जाओ. क्लियर हो रहा है गाइस? चमक गया सभी को? फाइनल आंसर दैट यू विल बी गेटिंग इज 32. चमका? क्लियर है सभी को? दैट्स लवली. चलो गाइस, नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. नाउ सेम क्वेश्चन बट थोड़ा सा चेंज कर दिया. टर्म सेम है बट क्वेश्चन थोड़ा सा चेंज कर दिया. इट इज गिवन दैट A इज परपेंडिकुलर टू द B. Find the value of small b. Guys, अगर दो वेक्टर्स आपस में परपेंडिकुलर है, what is the technique we use? It simply means A dot B should be equal to 0. चलो guys, इसके आगे बहुत easily you can solve. फटाफट. A dot B is supposed to be 0, so just let it be B, small b, and find the value of dot product. 4 into 2 plus 3 into B plus 6 into 3 should be equal to 0. So the final value of B will be minus 26 by 3. आ रहा है guys? क्लियर हो रहा है सभी को? एक और? चलो let's solve. मजा आ रहा है क्वेश्चंस में? गाइज इजी सा टॉपिक लग रहा होगा अब तो. फटाफट. हाँ सर, और कराओ और कराओ. That's very good. एक और एप्लीकेशन चेक कर लेते हैं अपनी. A vector is given as the same. अरे सॉरी, 2i cap plus j cap plus 3k cap. B vector is given as 4i cap plus 3j cap plus 6k cap. And you have to find angle between A vector and B vector. Guys, angle निकालने का अभी अभी तरीका पढ़ा था. चलो guys, can you solve it before me? Quickly. What was the way of finding angle? cos theta equals to A dot B upon mod A and mod B. क्या आएगा? A dot B, very easily you can find. Answer you should be getting is 29. Guys, quickly check it. आ रहा है सभी का? Upon magnitude of A under root ax square plus ay square plus az square, magnitude of B. ठीक है? So the final answer you will be getting is cos theta equals to 29 upon root 14 into root 61. Now you must be wondering, sir, इसका एंगल कैसे आएगा? एग्जाम में ये आ गया तो एंगल क्या मार्क करके आएंगे? गाइस डोंट वरी, एग्जाम में अगर इस टाइप का आता है then they will give such values for which cos theta's value you know. It will be some of the standard formula, or else you can leave it as it is. ठीक है गाइस, क्लियर हो रहा है सभी को? चमक रहा है? चलो लास्ट क्वेश्चन फॉर टुडे. अब थोड़ा तो कॉम्प्लिकेटेड बनता है. फोर्स इज गिवन 2i cap plus 3j cap plus 4k cap newtons and particle is displaced from r1 vector. Guys, this is also called position vector. If you talk in terms of coordinates 2, 3, -4, this will be coordinates. But if you talk of position vector 2i cap plus 3j cap minus 4k cap. So body is displaced from r1 vector, position vector r1 to position vector r2. Under the influence of this force, you have been asked to find the work done. Guys, work done का formula अभी पढ़ा हमने. Force dot displacement. Guys, what is displacement? Displacement, if you know basic definition, it is change in position, also written as final position minus initial position. Up to very easily you can do. Guys, can you find the value of displacement vector? Come on. Final, this is, and this is initial. So what will be the position displacement vector? 2i cap minus j cap minus 6k. Alright, and the units will be meters. Guys, force vector पता है, displacement vector निकाल लिया, अब तो सभी से बन जाना चाहिए. What is the final answer that you are getting? Simply f dot r, or we have written is f dot s, one and the same thing. Final answer should be 25 joules. Guys, कितनों का सही था? Okay, very good guys, फोड़ दिया. मस्त चल रही है क्लास. I hope all of you are enjoying these sessions. I personally am enjoying a lot interacting with you all. It's a lot of fun to go to the comments after the session. Okay, so guys, let's end the session here itself. Vectors dot product we have completed. Now in vectors we have only one topic left, that's called vectors cross product or vector multiplication. Okay, and guys, in the next session please revise the entire first 5 lectures because I am planning to give lots of questions. Okay, मस्ती करेंगे, टॉपिक कंप्लीट करेंगे, टॉपिक छोटा सा बाकी है, उसके बाद खूब सारे क्वेश्चंस करेंगे. So एक बार रिवाइज करके आना. And guys, next session is our last session for vectors. So any doubts you have, उसके पहले क्लियर कर लो. ठीक है, after these sessions you should be like vectors तो फोड़ देंगे, मजा आ चुका है, फील आ गई है पूरी. ठीक है guys? Okay, so I hope everyone had a good time. Do like the video if you like it. Post in the comments whatever you feel. Let's meet in the next session. Chalo, see you off.